What's up YouTube? Welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, welcome and thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed today's video. Today I'm going to be talking about beginner tips when it comes to a weight loss journey, giving you some nutrition and training tips because I know how overwhelming it can be when you want to start a weight loss journey and you see online all of these diets and programs that are claiming to be the key or the answer to your goals. I'm making it overwhelming and you don't know where to start. So I hope I can help you with these tips. So let's get into it. So we're gonna start off with nutrition because it doesn't matter how much you train or how much you're working out. If your nutrition is not in check, you're not going to get results. And if you've heard people always say nutrition is the most important key when it comes to a weight loss journey. So let's dive into my first tip. So I'm a huge believer in living a healthy, balanced lifestyle. So my first tip is to follow the 80-20 rule. I do not believe in restrictive diets or diets in general. I think you should learn how to fit the foods you love while still fueling your body properly. So what the 80-20 rule means is that 80% of the time you should be eating foods are coming from whole nutritious sources. So veggies, fruits, meats, whole grains, ones where you're going to get all the nutrients, you're going to fill you up. And 20% of the time is when you can indulge in those treats that you love. Maybe it's chocolate, ice cream, beer, but making sure you're having a good balance because the 20%, those types of foods are more processed and packaged and they're more higher calories. You want to make sure you are still fueling your body properly while mixing in those foods that you love so you aren't feeling too restrictive. And this is why I love teaching about flexible dieting because it allows you to have that balance where you can learn how to fit that ice cream or that cookie into your day-to-day diet per se while still reaching your goals and not feeling restricted at all. So right now, take a step back and think about the foods that you're currently eating. Are they coming from whole nutritious sources or are they coming more from packaged foods? And it's okay if you're like, oh my God, I'm at like a 50-50 right now or less. It's okay, just take a step back. Slowly start incorporating more whole nutritious foods when it comes to your meals. Start by changing out one meal. Don't try to do all of that at one time. So start off with breakfast. It's an important meal of the day. It gets you started for your day. So instead of having a prepackaged bar or meal for breakfast that could be higher in calories and sugar, switch it out for a more whole nutritious meal. So maybe I do eggs and egg whites for my breakfast with toast. You could do overnight oats. Try to get nutrients in your first meal and making sure you're drinking water throughout the day. That kind of comes into my second tip is avoid drinking your calories. These are empty calories and these calories can add up and then you don't have room for your food and you want your food because it fills you up and it gives you all the nutrients. So common drinks that are really, really high in calories are coffees, lattes, frappuccinos, whatever they may be from Starbucks or Dunkin's, soda, juice. Those can be really, really high in calories, especially the ones from Starbucks, and those can up to like hundreds of calories. So instead, try having most of your liquids be water. Well, you need water. It is so, so important. That should be like my second tip actually, is making sure you're drinking enough water. And I'm not saying to cut out all of these caloric beverages completely. Just maybe not have them every day or every meal. Maybe cut down your cappuccinos, frappuccinos, whatever you may be getting at the coffee shop to 2 or 3 times a week instead of every single day. Or you could do diet sodas. Those can be a little bit better when it comes to calories. Or one of my favorite recommendations that I do sometimes is having flavored water. I'm getting my water intake in, but there's flavor to it and it tastes good and there's 0 calories. So make sure you are saving your calories for food and not drinking those calories away with those high calorie drinks. My third nutrition tip would be to limit the amount of times you're going out to eat or eating fast food. So these meals, especially at restaurants, their portions are not the correct portion sizes. They're like double or triple. You don't want to be eating too much in one sitting, but also these foods can be really high in calories, not only due to the portions, but also due to the grease and oils that they're adding in. And let's be real, when you're going out to eat, you're not feeling your best because of all of the added ingredients they're adding in. So I would really limit that, especially when you're trying to lose weight because you don't know exactly how many calories that meal is. And I understand a lot of people go to fast food or go to eat due to convenience. Maybe you're busy at work and dinner. I totally understand that. And that kind of brings me into my fourth tip is planning ahead and meal prepping. And I understand meal prepping maybe isn't the most fun thing to do in the world, And that's okay. You don't have to meal prep every single meal for the whole week. I actually don't recommend that because food goes bad. You might get bored of it. But I recommend starting off slow and at least having some meals prepped in the beginning. So really help you stay on track, have food ready on hand, so making it easier, less stress, but you're also saving so much time and money from going out to eat. And if you've never meal prepped before, that's okay. Start slow. Maybe start by meal prepping your snacks for work or your lunches. And one thing that I found very helpful for those who are really beginners at meal prepping is that they to cook a bigger serving for dinner. And that way you can have the leftovers for lunch. It's good, it's yummy, and you don't have to eat the same lunch every single day. And then again, you can go home and cook your dinner instead of going out to lunch with your coworkers or getting fast food because it's quick and easy. If you do want more meal prep tips, put a comment here below and say meal prep and I will get working on a video. I have so many tips and tricks when it comes to meal prepping because I have been on both sides of the spectrum when it comes to meal prepping. I do a few meals here and there to the point where I had to meal prep every single meal for the week when I was prepping for my bikini show. So I've been through both ends of the spectrum and I would love to share my tips for you to see what kind of works for you. My fifth and final tip is making sure you're eating enough protein. I always recommend having protein in every single meal because most meals that are easier people's go-to tend to be higher in carbs and fats, and protein is essential for your body, especially even on a weight loss journey, because eating protein brings your body into a state, and it's called your anabolic state. It means you are burning fat and building muscle, and to get into that state you need to be having protein every like 2 to 4 hours. So I always recommend having protein in every single meal, and there's so many unlimited sources of protein. My top protein sources: eggs and egg whites, your meat, so that's your chicken, your ground turkeys, your ham, fish, so salmon, tilapia, cod. If you are more plant-based, they have plant-based alternatives. Lots of veggies like Brussels have a high protein ratio into it. Also beans, chickpeas. Trying to think on the top of my head here. And then I also have protein powders and protein bars. But again, remember my first tip with the 80-20 rule. You don't want to rely too much on processed packaged items, but if you have it once a day, that is okay. So make sure you are eating enough protein. So those are my top nutrition tips when it comes to being a beginner into your weight loss journey. And remember, I'm not giving you all these tips for you to implement all of them at once. Start slow. Maybe start with my second tip when it comes to avoiding high calorie drinks and converting to drinking more water. And then the next week you can focus on meal prepping your meals ahead to help you follow that 80-20 rule to have more whole nutritious meals. Remember, if you try to implement too many at the same time, you're gonna get overwhelmed and you will probably fall back off track and go back into your old habits. So start small, create some healthy habits that will last. Create some healthy habits that you know you will stick to. And remember, it's all about making a lifestyle, a balanced lifestyle. All right, now we're going to go into my training tips for beginners. My first tip is to start off slow. If you are not in a workout routine, or maybe you've never worked out before, start off slow and start by doing 2, maybe 3 workouts a week. You don't need to go ham. You don't need to do 5 workouts. Start slow. You can seriously see a lot of results and changes in your body just by implementing 2 to 3 workouts a week, especially if you are new when it comes to working out and being physically active. And when you're getting into a workout routine, make sure you're splitting up your days properly. You don't want to go in and just do cardio. I'll go into that in a second, but try to split it up. So if you're doing a 2-day workout split, you can split it up between upper body and lower body. And then if you do a 3-day split, you can break it up into 2 upper bodies, because we do have a lot of upper bodies. So you could do, it's called a push day. So that's chest, triceps, and shoulders. And then you can do a pull day, which is back and biceps. And then you can do legs. And then as you get more into a routine, as you're seeing progress and you're advancing in your workouts in the gym, that's when you can add in more workout days. Set yourself up for success and give yourself realistic expectations when it comes to the amount of days that you're working out versus trying to go right in 4 to 5 days a week when you've never really worked out before or really had a clear structured plan. My second tip, and my second and third tip kind of go in hand. If you are new to working out and maybe you've never stepped in a gym before, that's okay. You don't have to go to a gym to have a good, effective workout. You can totally do at-home workouts to start off with. So if you are starting off with an at-home workout, I always recommend getting at least one pair of dumbbells. I always recommend to get a few more because your lower body can handle heavier weight selection than your upper body. So try to get a few pairs of dumbbells and maybe some resistance bands, and you can totally have great, amazing workouts at home. And again, start by doing 2 to 3 workouts a day. There's a ton of workouts, at-home workouts that I've posted on my Instagram. I'll put my tag here at Tatiana_Kuto. You can find workouts to do at home. And again, you can follow that same schedule I just mentioned previously, like the upper body and lower body day splits. And my third, it's not really a tip, but my third suggestion is once you're ready to go to the gym, or my tips on overcoming that gym intimidation, if you've never been there before, if you have a fear of going to the gym, just know that it's normal. And I guess my first tip would be, remember that we all start somewhere. I remember how terrified I was and scared and intimidated to go into the gym, especially the weightlifting area of the gym where you see like big muscular men. And I get it, that's normal, but it's okay. You belong there, you deserve to be there. But a few of my tips to get over that fear once you're ready to step into the gym is, 1, go with a friend or a partner. It's always more comfortable going with someone just to giggle at, to help you feel a little bit, you know, going with someone always helps you kind of calm your nerves down a little bit, right? So I definitely recommend going in with a friend. My second tip is make sure you have a plan to follow, so you're not like wandering around and staring at people. Having a plan kind of keeps your eyes on your own lane. So make sure you are keeping your eyes on your own lane. Go in with a plan, and that way you can kind of stick to it. You go in, you go out, and then you kind of go back to the rest of your day. You finished your workout. And when you are doing your workout, choose a quieter spot around the gym. Again, you can totally do great workouts with dumbbells. So grab those dumbbells and go to that private room or that private corner in your gym where you feel less intimidated and more comfortable doing your workouts. Another tip when it comes to overcoming this gym fear is going at a less busy time. And I get it, you're probably like, well, the gym is packed after work. And guess what? Maybe you have to make some sacrifices and wake up earlier and go before work. And I know it might not be the most appealing thing to do, but actually it can really set yourself up for an amazing, productive day. You'll have higher energy levels, you'll feel good, and you'll feel less intimidated at the gym. And you'll probably have a better workout going in, having it be less crowded and being able to focus on your workout and crushing it. My final tip when it comes to overcoming this gym fear is, again, remember we all started from somewhere, and no one really cares what you're doing. No one is judging you. People may be looking around between their sets because they're just listening to the music and they're just, you know, looking here, looking there. I do the same thing, but don't let that intimidate you. They don't care, and if they do care, then that's on them. That's not on you. You're going there to make a lifestyle change, to be healthier. You have goals, so focus on you and keep your eyes on your own lane. My fourth training tip, even though like those previous 2 weren't like tips, is make sure you are not doing too much cardio and start incorporating weights. So the more muscle you have, the more calories you can burn, and that really helps building up your metabolism. And a really big common mistake is that people think that they have to just do hours and hours of cardio on the treadmill or the Stairmaster to lose weight, and that's not the case. Lifting weights is key when it comes to losing weight, not only so you can tone your muscles under your skin. You don't want that skinny fat look, but it's also going to help you burn more calories even after your workout. So when you're doing cardio, your body is burning calories, but after the workout, it is done. Whereas when you're weight training, you are burning calories. You're burning calories during your workout session, but your metabolism and digestion, but your metabolism is so revved up that your body is able to burn calories even after your workout. So that's why it's so important to make sure you are incorporating weights to tone your body up, to build up your metabolism, and to help you burn even more. My recommendation also is to do cardio after weight. So, and I'm not saying to do cardio every single day. I think you should focus more on weight training and then add in some cardio sessions here and there, maybe 2 to 3 sessions a week, and make sure you're doing it after your weight training session, because if you're going to do your cardio first, you're going to be more exhausted. You're going to have less energy when it comes to the weights. So you're not going to be pushing yourself as much. So instead, use all of your energy, lift heavy, push yourself, and then end it on a cardio note, or do a separate day just for cardio. Remember, there's no need to be doing cardio every single day. My final tip when it comes to beginning on a weight loss journey is just to make sure that you're doing something you enjoy. And this kind of this kind of is the reason why I don't like diets, is because when you aren't doing something you are enjoying, when it comes to a meal plan or workouts, you are less likely to stick with it. So especially when it comes to workouts, again, I know I just recommended doing weights, but if that's something you aren't comfortable doing or you don't love doing on your own, maybe try going to a class, like a bar class, a weight training class, where you can have friends and do it with them, where you might enjoy that a little bit more, or kickboxing, Zumba. Make sure you find something that you enjoy doing so you're more likely to stick with it. But make sure you're trying things out, give every type of workout a chance, and then figure out what best suits you. I know it can be really overwhelming when it comes to beginning a weight loss journey, and as the new year is coming, a lot of people have weight loss goals. So I hope these tips really helped you out. Remember to start slow, implement one thing at a time. There's no need to implement everything. If I had to recommend, start with your nutrition and then slowly add in the workouts. And within each segment, nutrition and working out, implement one thing at a time. Don't try to do it all at once, because then you're gonna get overwhelmed and less likely to stick with it. Thank you for watching. I really hope these tips helped. Make sure to press that like and subscribe button for more videos to come. And I hope you have an awesome day. Bye.